Hi, welcome to Tech Ranch, a place where we learn and earn technical skills in the most efficient way. Let's make coding fun. Integrated Development Environment IDE NetBeans 8.2. So in this session, we are going to share you the download instruction, installation instructions, configuration instruction, demonstrations, and the features and homework for your practice. So let's start how to download the NetBeans 8.2. So this is the link. You can Google it and find out. Go to the authorized netbeans.org and downloads 8.2. That's the latest version of NetBeans available on the net. When you open this link, you will see this kind of table which mention about the version of Java like Standard Edition, Enterprise Edition, and for HTML5 support or JavaScript support, PHP, C, C++, and all. So what type of supported technologies is this NetBeans 8.2 available? So based on that, you have to select which is your required NetBeans version. This will download your specific required NetBeans version processor, and this will be the size. So this is the information you can find out. So once the download is started, after that you will see this kind of window. So this will start downloading, and once the download is done, it will save in your local disk, and all you need to just click on this installer executable application. Once you click on this, you will see the installation started and coming up with the welcome window of NetBeans IDE 8.2 installer. All you need to just click the next and follow the instructions. After this, you need to click the license agreements and sign it. Just check the box and put the next button. After this, you will see you need to set up the installation directory for NetBeans, and along with that, you need to give your JDK, your Java Development Kit home directory. Some devices will identify automatically, and some devices you need to mention and browse it and select. So once it is that, next you need to get into this particular window. That means it's installing internally. After that, this will be you can take a tour to understand how it works, and a small video and some demonstration will be there. And this is how the NetBeans started. This will be your welcome page after download and installation. So let's take a look about the demonstration. Before we get into the demonstration, let's take a look how we compile and execute the Java file in a traditional way, along with creation of Java archive using command prompt. So as we all know, we have to go to the work directory. There we keep our Java file, and then we compile with the help of Java C, and then put the Java command, put the traditional way we execute and give the class name, and this is how it will work and execute your Java file. Now there is one thing called archive. Archive is nothing but the compressed files. Some applications needs lots of information inside it in a structure form, like images or classes or XML or web XML or Java file or script files or style sheet. So all these things are in organized structure in a working directory. Now what we need to do, some application server or some places we need to just compress and send it to the end user. That's called archive file. In Windows we generally say zip file or compressed file. This is in a Java form. They called Java archive file. So to compress all these files, we say jar, and this is the command. I'll show you in a demonstration. Just try to understand what it says. Jar -C for creation, V for visual, and F for files. So we are doing Java archive creation visual files. and we give the file name, the jar file name, and star.star is collecting all the files in the structured form. That means if you have a folder inside a folder, that will be compressed, and once it is set, then they will make the directory and you can see the hello.jar file. I'll show you in a demonstration that will be more clear to understand. So this is what the traditional way of Java compilation and execution with creation of Java archive using command prompt. Now this kind of feature you will find it in all the IDEs, and we can see it in the NetBeans also. If you see here, when you create a project, this project will have feature. You just need to, I'll show you in a demonstration how we can make the jar file with the help of NetBeans IDE. All you need to right click, go to the project properties, and there you can see the packaging option, and from packaging option all you need to just check the compressed jar file or build jar file and OK. This will create your jar file in this directory, and then go to the directory and you can get the jar file. So here we are going to show you the demonstration of the traditional way of compilation, execution and creation of Java archive file using command prompt. So all you need to go to the work directory first, like I'm inside my, if you want to see, first we need to go to my inside work directory, and this is my folder where I have my Java file inside my hello folder. So once I'm inside my hello folder, what I need to do first, if you see here, I have my class, I have my Java file. This Java file contains some hello world Java code. Now I need to compile first. Java C hello world Java, and this will compile. Now if you take a look at the directory, now it will has a class file. Now I need to make a Java archive file including these two files together in one. So what I'm going to do here next is creating a jar file. So jar hyphen creation visual file, and my jar file and star.star. Now this will create my jar file. Now I need to unjar it. So that means we need to decompress the file. So for that, jar hyphen extract files, and your jar file So this is how we can extract and compress the files. Even you can give a particular path where you want to extract these files. So this is about the traditional way of execution and compilation and making a Java archive file. Now let's take a look at the NetBeans IDE. So as we have seen, this is your welcome page of NetBeans. Now first thing, we need to make a new project. Here you can define what type of new project you want. Java, JavaFX, Maven or NetBeans modules, anything specific. So next, all you need to just choose the type of the project. Once it is done, next I can have, so I create a project, Java project hello, and created a main class. You can mention it here, and if you have any dependent libraries, you can include it here only. For example, you have JDBC, you can have classes1 jar file or servlet or email, any kind of jar file if you want, or you need to browse and include it with this application. Now once it is done, here it will have the specific workspace. If you see, it will have a path. So if you want to see, you can go to the Project Explorer and see the properties. This is the project folder. That's where it has created. So this is your workspace like NetBeans projects. Now, this is the place you can include your jar file. Build your jar file, compress the jar file and create it, which will be included classes, form, any kind of required jar file. Now suppose this is my hello main class. So as you can see, in a typical form, in a typical IDE, it is already auto template completed. So you don't need to have anything specific, add all by yourself. It has a main method, it has a public class, it is included your package, which is a standard coding. So, or we can say standard coding template. It is auto completed. All you need to just code. So here I am going to type anything and this will show me the error, as you can see. And this error will explain you what is the error. So this is called auto correction or error explanation feature of NetBeans. So this will help you to fix your project issues if you have anything. Now another thing, what is the feature of this kind of IDE is your auto completion. Now I just made and call a method or an object. It will help me to complete that code by using all kind of other included method in that class or object or anything which you have defined in your code. So this is called auto completion feature of NetBeans. So suppose I put this one and suppose I have added print. Now this helped me to complete my code. And here I'm typing and coding anything and I saved it. Now when I save this Java file, NetBeans help internally to create a class. That means NetBeans understand if you save the file, he has to auto compile it. So once it is compilation is done, it will make a class file and put it in a build folder of this object, which is hidden and which is maintained by NetBeans IDE. Now once this done, all you need to just press F6. It has a key shortcut that's called F6. You can read it here. It's mentioned here F6. So once it is done, it will show you the console and here you can see the execute. Now this is all the simple compilation and execution process in NetBeans. Now let's take a look at the configuration. Since while installation we have mentioned the Java JDK path to have the configuration. So for now in NetBeans 8.2 you can see the database feature which is included here. With the help of this, all you can connect to the database and access the database here. Suppose if I wanted to contact my Oracle thin type of driver, I need to Oracle thin. I mentioned my Oracle thing and I'm trying to connect it. And here I can give the driver file. So that means for Oracle 10 we need to have classes 1, 2 jar file. And I will go to the libraries and here I'm going to add classes 1, 2 jar file. And here I need to give the parameters, which is supposed to be JDBC demo. Let's take a look at the connection. Connection succeeded. And with the help of this, now what I can do, I can access my database here in NetBeans. You see, this is my database in Oracle 10. Similarly, you can have your MySQL, PostgreSQL, Java database, and any other kind of database you are working on. See, views, you can see your hello views, sequence, procedures. You see, here you can see the query. You can build a query and you can execute it. Run SQL run statement, SQL connection, SQL history, add the server, right click. So since it says no server plugins are installed in the, go to the plugin and we can download or install. So 2 plugins, we are going to install it. Accept, application server, deployment and configuration. So we have installed the server plugin. Let's add the server. So you can see Apache Tomcat, Glassfish, JBoss, Oracle WebLogic, and which one you want to talk, you can choose it from here. So next, added the Tomcat server location. You need to give the Catalina Tomcat web server location where you have installed it. So this is basically nothing but the plugin to tell IDE that I wanted to include and add my server which is already installed in your system. So it's not gonna add extra, it's just have some plugin, some features in his IDE. So here we need to give the Tomcat home directory. So this is my directory, and here you can see my server is installed. Here you can simply edit the server.xml to change the port, connector port if you have any changes, or if you already installed another server which is on the same port. So you have to keep your keep your connector port different every single time. And for find out, here is your connector and you will find your server.xml. This is your connector port. So it is supposed to be 8080 to 8084 or 5. Even 5 will work at some time. So from here you can start and stop. As you can see, the server is startup in this much time period. So server is configured, server is started in your NetBeans IDE. So we have seen project, Java project, archive file, configuration, installation, demonstration, and importing, exporting projects, plugin installation for server, and database access. This is the team, yes. So when it comes to the version control, it's nothing but one of the kind of feature you can find out in almost all kind of professional IDEs, where you are going to sync up with your work with the team members in your project. So suppose you're working in a project and you need to maintain your version control. You can find out from here and make sure that your work is check out and check in the project. So this is one of the feature called version control. There are so many version control softwares available like CVS or Subversion. So all you need to just add the plugin, install it in the IDE, and similarly in the NetBeans, and you can use it accordingly. So it is very convenient and easy to maintain your work and save it and check out and check in the server. For the NetBeans demonstration Java archive, import export files, deployment, if application in server, execution, auto completion, auto correction, plugin manager, version control, database access. So thank you so much for watching this video. In the next video, we are going to show you about SQL Developer, the database IDE. So stay tuned and please subscribe to our channel for more upcoming updates. Let's make coding fun. Thank you.